East DC through DuPont and Logan Circles, and then headed up Rhode Island Avenue to the Home Depot, which is affectionately known in the day labor community as the corner. We have like 3 different goals, one of which is English teaching, obviously. Another one is teaching them about justice issues related to wage theft and things like that in DC, and then the last one is just getting to know them.
Usually about 5 to 6 people come every Thursday, and there are 2 groups, one on Tuesday and one on Thursday.
The weather is freezing. Well, not inside the car, thank goodness, but the day laborers still come out, although the numbers have dropped significantly since when we first started going out a few months ago.
Right now we're in Logan Circle, which is where day laborers used to wait. But as the neighborhood is gentrified, they've gotten pushed out to Northeast to the Home Depot.
Many times workers approach students with the most random problems. Can you read this letter for me? Or I had this appointment, can you help me, like what to do, where to go? And students sometimes they are like the bridge between workers and the organizer. The other biggest problem that we're putting a lot of attention on it is wage theft. Many of the workers, they got to go to work, they don't get paid, or they get paid below minimum wage or below prevalence wages. And if you check the booklet has information for the day labor to learn the vocabulary so day labor can claim their rights regarding their wages. Many of the guys that you see here, some of them has some level of college education. Some of them come from middle class background, and their family don't even know what they're doing here, and they don't want their family to know because it has a stigma that standing in a corner waiting for a job is something to be embarrassed about. That's something also that we trying to change. Every time that people talk about illegal immigration in the United States, usually day labor are the face of that illegal immigration because they are the most visible group. They are the one standing in the corner, the one that you can see. And that's regardless that some of them may have permit to work or to live in the United States, they are associated with illegal immigration. Because all those stigma, they try to keep a very low profile here, try not to be that visible, which present a challenge when you're trying to organize them and empower them, because if they cannot have a voice, they cannot change their life.
How'd your tutoring go today, guys?
Pretty well.
It's good.
Yeah.
I've talked to several people who have been here for maybe 5 to 10 years and still aren't sure of the names of the tools that they use for construction, or they're not sure how to ask for a break, which is very important. If you're going to work 12 hours in a day, you need to know how to ask for a lunch break so that you're not taken advantage of just because you don't speak the language, or that you have proper safety equipment, a hard hat if you're doing construction. I think the reality of how hard it is to be in this country and not speak English and not have access to all the resources, I didn't completely realize that before this.
There's a lot of cultural, socioeconomic barriers that we're crossing, and they're not there to spend time with us. It's not like they came to a class. It's very much like us going into their territory in a sense. That we need to examine our own ways of communication and cultural presuppositions and all of that to think about, like, how do I relate in this environment.
It's really just about being willing to engage and immerse yourself, I think. I mean, you can learn about dates and numbers and things like that, but I think it's difficult to understand the human dimension until you really encounter a story that brings that to light.